So they got my boy Joe out here looking crazy on the internet, right? Britt, what's going on with Joe Budden?
So he was recently trending on his podcast. He decided to just burst out and just say, he's bisexual. Like, what? Like Joe Budden? But to give a little clarity, he was having a discussion about the baby and him performing at Rolling Loud. I guess he apologized or he got forgiven by the LGBT community for the things that he said in the past. So that then sparked Joe to then come out with this revelation. So now, I don't know if he's telling the truth or is he trolling like Joe
He is trolling. He's trolling. He is a troll. He is a troll. He is a troll. He is trolling. That was the whole point of him saying that.
So because that's what I think he's lying.
He's lying. Even his ex Tahiri got in there was like, he might be a woman beater, but he for damn sure ain't bi.
Oh.
Yeah, that was deep.
Well, I don't know, because I know like last month, Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked had said on the Breakfast Club that, hey, Joe Budden, I have something on you and you don't know what it is. So maybe his PR people, Joe Budden's people, are like, you know what? You need to make a statement or you need to say something about your bisexuality or something and just say it out there first before you get caught. I don't know.
I mean, if he's bi, I mean, that's his business, but I don't think he's bi. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just think he's a troll. He's just trolling.
He's a troll. He was doing whatever he was doing on trolling. He don't care what Jason Lee got on him. He was just trolling.
Right. Another guy who's always trolling and stuff like that, going crazy in the media, Kanye West. Daniel, what's happening with Kanye? He was on Drink Champs.
Yeah, so Kanye just went on a rant about everybody on Drink Champs. He said that Big Sean was one of the worst artists that he had signed. He said that that Soulja Boy's track that he was gonna have on his album was trash, and that's why he didn't include it on the album, which led Soulja Boy to respond. Then he started talking about a time in the group text where he was going on this rant, and Drake responded and was like, "Yo, Kim, get your man. He acting out of pocket again." It's just he was just having one of his Kanye moments. I don't know if Kanye is like the master marketer or if Kanye just off some meds sometimes and he just ain't really came to, into his own because of how he got his start in the career. I think Kanye just got some stuff that he ain't just come to grips with yet. So I don't know, but he got the industry going crazy right now because everybody going in on it right now.
All I got to say is when Kanye wants a moment, he gonna take his moment.
Yeah, Kanye gonna get his moment. Because he did
way more than what he needed to do. Like,
he never done. My
man's grabbed a tombstone. He grabbed the tombstone and R.I.P. He was like.
But did you see what he called his haircut on the show? He called it the Brittany.
The Brittany.
Brittany shaved her head that time. Oh my god!
You know what, Brittany's the new Karen.
I'm confused though. Why is it called that?
I didn't see why he went into detail, but it had something to do
when she shaved her head that time. Yeah.
But this is my thing is you gotta remember Britney Spears did that when she was going through a mental breakdown. Like she was going through a mental breakdown when she did that. So for you to say that and for all the things that has already been linked to you and your mental health, like, come on now, that's a little out of pocket,
I thought it was interesting that Big Sean, he tweeted that like he was just with Kanye that same night and it wasn't that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So
Soulja Boy said the same thing. Soulja Boy was like, you had plenty of time to say something.
Well, Soulja Boy showed the text thread where Kanye told him it was one of the best tracks Soulja Boy had done.
Like he's so Kanye looking real clownish right now.
And then Kanye DM and Drake talking about, texting Drake talking about, did you DM my girl? Because it ain't always about the act. So what? If he DM'd your girl, you still gonna say that? Like, come on, bro.
Kanye.
He being exhausting right now.
He's doing too much.
And he is exhausting. He doing too much.
This is exhausting. Yeah. This is so exhausting.
Yeah.
Right? He got time. He got too much time.
You guys give Kanye so much trouble. I don't see anything wrong with the brother at all.
Oh my God,
Kanye.
I don't see anything wrong with
Kanye,
him.
but he was a little
Oh
extra.
man. He was all
was
over
a
the
little
place with that
extra.
interview. Then he talked about how he almost got killed 3 weeks ago in Belgium. And I'm like, what? What does that have to do with what we were just
Kanye, that
talking
friend
about?
that you don't want to be, you can only be around him for like 30-minute increments. And then I got to go. You too
I don't know.
much.
He might be Columbine shooter 2.0. I mean, I don't know. You got to watch. Keep him close.
But I do recommend, if you haven't seen the entire interview, don't just look at the clips on Twitter. Actually go listen, because some of the stuff will be taken out of context. The same with Joe Budden. He actually said some stuff. But if you go back and if you watch the whole podcast, you'll know that it was just the second clip that got taken out of context. So
someone who might be on medication behind the scenes and we have no idea about it, Will Smith. He said something in a YouTube series that I think was thinking about committing suicide. Netta, is that right? Or what's going on with Will?
Yeah, he has a new YouTube series coming out, The Best Shape of My Life, where he went on this whole journey to lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks. And he's also in the process, he has a new book coming out. So in one of the trailer for the YouTube show, he's sitting at a table with his family, and he was it's a clip oh, this was the one time I actually thought about committing suicide. So, it comes out November 8th. So I'll definitely be watching to see, what that was about. But yeah, Will Smith is really supposedly going to be making himself vulnerable, putting himself out there, and, putting everything out there. So we'll see.
I think people forget that he's a human. People always think celebrities are not supposed to have any feelings, that they don't have any problems. And I'll be honest, money doesn't buy happiness. I looked at some comments that people were, stating about the situation, and people were saying, "Is Jada's the problem?" And I don't want to blame Jada for that. I mean,
I can't say
it's been on a rampage of putting him on blast.
It's part of it though, because she can. I'm sure it's part of it though now, because you continue to disrespect my man's manhood. So it could be part of it.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think it's part of it. And to go against what Chanel said, I think Will Smith did this to himself, because I think he's tried to live this perfect life and has tried to come off as being perfect and hide so much that now he's realizing that it's been tearing him up inside, because now he doesn't really know who he is, because he's tried to suppress so much in his life. Just like when Jada said, a lot of decisions he made in their marriage, Will made them, and she just had to adapt to them because of, he got that big private compound away from everybody. So I think he's trying to make himself be so perfect that he's lost himself.
Right.
But that's hard when you're a public figure. When you sign up for that kind of role, you're going to have people in your life forever. And it's very unfortunate, because sometimes people need their space. I mean, maybe it's best that he just retire, no more acting. Just live your life with your family and be with your kids. I just feel bad, because I like Will Smith. He's actually one of my favorite actors. He's an amazing everything. He's an author. He's an actor. He's a musician. I mean, he does it all. He's a motivational speaker. I feel like sad to look at him.
Denzel got him though. Denzel got him.
I mean, hands down. But he's up there though. He's up there.
Yeah.
Or no?
Nah, yeah, top 2, top 3.
He's up there.
How was that give him up there? He's up there.
He's up there for sure.
He's just trying to live this life
Legend
to come off to us as perfect though, and I think it's killed him inside.
Yeah, and suicide is no joke, by the way. I mean, have you guys ever had any experience with that, or depression, or thought about it on the show? Any of you guys? Or came close?
Not necessarily suicide. No. So I've dealt with depression, but I haven't been to a point where I didn't think I wanted to be here anymore. So he had to really be at a low point.
Gotcha. Somebody at a low point, Daniel. That leads us over to Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. Chanel.
Listen, Pete Davidson, we all know him as a comedian. He's on Saturday Night Live.
That boy's crazy too, though.
No, he does have he is bipolar, but a lot of people question, how does he bag these women? I mean, it's rumored that he is dating Kim Kardashian, and I was just like, Kim Kardashian's a baddie. I don't know if she's really into him, because Kim Kardashian's PR is on point, bad press is good press in their eyes. So I don't know if Kim Kardashian really would date Pete Davidson. I honestly don't believe that. Do you guys believe that?
The only reason why I can kind of because they do run in the same circles, right? So as far as like they do have, from what I've seen, they do have similar, circles that they run in. So it seems like they've been friends for maybe a long time. I think maybe in that aspect, but I'm kind of with you now, just because I'm like, it seems so.
I'm not saying he busted, but when you look at Kim Kardashian, who don't reference her in the song? I mean, she's with Mega Kanye West. She was with Chris Humphries.
Right.
I mean, she get whatever guy she wants. So it's like, I'm not, no disrespect to Pete Davidson, but what I'm saying is I don't see Kim Kardashian.
Well, no, I mean,
like,
it's
really
okay. It's
him.
okay to disrespect him because he is trash. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with saying that. He's not
trash
like
what?
I'm just saying, but he's not top of the top. He's not really competition. You know what I mean? Like most guys are not walking in the room and be like, "Oh shit, Pete Davidson is here. I'm nervous."
But he gets the women though.
He got Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale.
Right.
Yeah, he got some women. So he
But
got
see, it's Ariana Grande.
Sometimes it's all you gotta do is make a girl smile. You make a laugh.
That's it.
It's Ariana Grande.
I need some of y'all to raise your standards
he's
up a little
27
bit.
too, and he's 27 years old. Kim K's 41. So it's like you bagging that. Okay, I see.
No,
you.
this is Ariana Grande and Larry David's daughter Cassie's fault.
That's funny. Okay.
But this is Ariana Grande and her and Lizzie David's Larry David's daughter Cassie, who dated him. You know what did Doja Cat say in that song? I heard your sex game 10 out of 10. And that if you look at interviews of any girl that has ever dated him that they interview, that's what they say about him. And so Kim K could be on this wave of like, well, hey, I heard from a friend of a friend that it's a 10 out of 10. I'm trying to see what that'd be like. So if you go and look at
But Pete Davidson out of
that's the same.
Hey, sometimes that's what it's about. She trying to get her rockers back right now.
Wow, she's trying to get it back. Do you think girls do the same thing that guys do? Because guys always talk about if they mess with a girl that's busted, they put a plastic bag over their face. Can women do that to men too? Like, can you imagine Kim K with a plastic bag or over Pete Davidson? Like, I can't honestly see that.
Hey,
no.
Sometimes you just want to be satisfied sexually, and if it works for you, then it works for you.
That's crazy.
Women is different too, because a woman can date an ugly dude and be okay with it.
Right. Word. I see that shit all day, every day.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy.
Let's do Jay Ellis and his white wife, Charnetta. We know she got a problem with this.
Oh, what? Wow.
No, she got a problem with this.
So Twitter's been going off on.
You see how she tried to act so innocent? Ooh, me?
No, I
don't. First of all, she's not even white. She's Serbian. But you know how black people do sometimes. If you ain't black, then you white, pretty much. But nah, she him just being the star of Insecure, and he had his personal life pretty much private. No one really knew that he was seeing her since 2015, and they're married, they got a kid now, all of that. So it just came as a surprise to his black female fans, and they were like, so they feel kind of blindsided that he was like hiding this from them. But I don't think that's the case. I think sometimes celebrities just don't want to go there, especially like if he's the heartthrob of the show. He doesn't want to really give up that image and stuff. That's part of his appeal. So just saying, keeping his whole private life separate to begin with, I think
his
that's
image.
more so what it was. Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like his image? Like what do you mean?
Because like if you're like the sex symbol or heartthrob of a show and people think you're single, that's part of the appeal, right? So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Trey Songz used to do that too. No,
Really,
Trey used to do that back in the day too. And R. Kelly, some of these guys, they would, because they're a sex symbol, it was kind of like, yo, let me remain single, and I'm not gonna tell people that I'm dating somebody. So I get that. All right.
I feel like it's his personal life, so you shouldn't really. I mean, he's different than the people that he portrays on the show. So it's like, if you choose to date a white woman, then that's just what you choose. You shouldn't feel like he betrayed you because he acted, as this person. He's an actor. Like, that's the same thing as when you have
he's doing a job.
Yeah, he's on a job. Like, he doesn't owe anything to a job. So that part is a little silly.
I mean, it's not like he Tay Diggs, because Tay Diggs.
Oh my God.
Date a black woman, okay?
But the general public, they have trouble separating the two already. Like, how many?
It ain't like he's
we don't like.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like,
they do.
If Spike had a white wife, now I would feel betrayed, because his whole career has been to the uplifting of the black community and black entertainment.
Well, she is kind of.
So what is he, a
light
coon
though.
now? Even though he's not a coon.
She said a coon.
No, because if the community is getting bent out of shape about him, having a wife and a kid who's white, you know what I'm saying, and nobody knew his personal business part, him marrying a white person, do those people consider him a coon?
I feel like that might be a strong but it is.
Girl, listen, you know how the black people do. They strip away your black card, you're canceled.
Quit
nowadays.
Quit. Now, the South probably would consider him a cool, because the South real quick strip you everything. Either you gonna be one way or you other. You know what I mean?
Right.
The South, he might be considered a cool. But I mean, Jay Ellis, I don't feel like he's out here outside of the role that he plays. It's not like he's like pro-black, anything. Like, he's not out here wearing dashiki African material. He's an actor. He's an actor. So he's like, all right, do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should do a deal with like McDonald's or something, because they got some racist stuff going on in the news right now. They can be like the spokespeople.
Oh my God. I knew he was
right now.
in there somehow.
I like that twist though, T. Good job.
Daniel, what's up?
So you got the CEO of McDonald's, who I can't say his last name, Kemp Zinsky. I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't really care, because he shouldn't have made the comments anyway. But we'll just call him Chris. But basically, he sent a text to the Chicago mayor, Ms. Lightfoot, and kind of said that the recent shootings that had happened, that the black families had basically failed those kids. And he tried to apologize this week, and saying that his comments were insensitive and that he didn't mean them. But, people in Chicago and the areas are not going for it. So they have recently started to protest and rise and say that, McDonald's is evil and McGarbage is what they call it. Now, so they took the spin off of the McDouble and made it McGarbage. So that's the new hashtag trends that are going out there in regards to him. So people are telling him to step down, because, he made some ignorant comments, and it's not acceptable.
Is it really an ignorant comment though?
You know what? I don't think it was, completely wrong, but it's like, I think it's more so the white person chastising the black people, trying to tell them how to, I think it's
he's still a person though, expressing his feelings.
But I think his timing of saying that is wrong. Like, if I called you and I said, hey, well, my 7-year-old, we just had a 7-year-old die, and we just had a 13-year-old die, and you say, oh, well, they family failed them, I'm gonna be like, what?
I mean, that's insensitive to say. It's insensitive, but then his business is in that demographic, and that is an issue in that area. And I mean, just to be fair, to be honest with you, I'm more stuck at people talking about the big doubles, the big garbage. Like, first, the McDonald's been garbage. Why are you eating that? Right? Did it take a CEO? Did it literally take a CEO text for y'all to stop eating McDonald's? When was y'all gonna wake up? Not even the CEOs eat the food.
Them McDonald's fries be hitting Brittany. I mean, Chanel.
I know what you're talking about.
That's in it.
I haven't had McDonald's in like 15 years.
You're such a fraud. When you was in LA a couple of months ago with me, you had McDonald's. Such a fraud. She tried to show out on the
show. Receipts up, T. That's what I'm talking about. That's what they've been doing anyway.
Y'all don't listen to him. Y'all watching. Don't listen to him, because I do not eat McDonald's. Okay.
Begging me to pull through the drive-thru
before I do McDonald's. Okay.
Get a T. Put the receipts up like Soulja Boy did.
Right.
Matter of fact, where the receipts at?
All right, guys, we're out of here.